Okay, buckle up. Imagine discovering your entire past is a meticulously crafted lie, orchestrated by the powerful and ruthless. Today, on the deep dive, we're tearing into Tim Green's American Outrage, a story that really it blends a father's desperate search with the chilling secrets lurking beneath high society and, well, organized crime.
What's so fascinating here, I think, is how a deeply personal quest, a child's desperate need to understand their own identity becomes this unexpected lever that actually dismantles a sprawling, sophisticated criminal network.
Yeah.
Our mission today is really to piece together this intricate puzzle for you, pulling out those truly surprising nuggets of insight about how far people will go for power, for secrets.
Right. So our story kicks off with Jake Carlson. He's a TV reporter for American Outrage, and he's trying to balance this really demanding career with single fatherhood after his wife Karen passed away.
Hmm.
And his 13-year-old adopted son, Sam, he's really struggling. There are these troubling incidents at school, behaviors that mean he needs professional help.
Yeah, difficult stuff.
And it's in one of these sessions that Sam reveals his deepest desire. He wants to find his biological mother.
Oh.
And that request, it just propels Jake into this personal investigation that, well, it spirals way beyond anything he could have imagined.
And what's truly remarkable, I think, in how Green writes this, is using that really pure, elemental human drive, a child's need for identity, as the precise, unexpected fulcrum for uncovering a truth that's buried so deep.
Exactly.
It's a powerful reminder, really, that even the most carefully guarded secrets can be vulnerable to just genuine, unfiltered emotional needs.
So Jake's initial attempts, they hit a wall trying to find the adoption agency.
A dead end at first.
But it's Sam, surprisingly, who guides the search. He's apparently picked up some serious investigative skills watching Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Hey, really?
Yeah, and he uses Jake's Auto-TRAC account, one of those, powerful professional databases Jake uses for reporting.
Gotcha.
To find the name Ronald Cakebread, the director of the agency, on some old adoption papers.
Ronald Cakebread.
Okay. And what Sam finds is, well, it's disturbing. Jake learns that Cakebread died 7 years ago under very suspicious circumstances. How so? Well, officially it was ruled a suicide, gunshot wound. But the police reports noted faint bruises, abrasions, things consistent with restraint, and a dangerously high blood alcohol level. Plus, Cakebread's ex-wife, Dorothy, she refused to cooperate with the police investigation.
Wow. Okay, so that's not just a dead end anymore.
No, it's a giant red flag. Exactly.
It absolutely is. And this is where we start to see the sinister ingenuity, maybe, of organized crime. They don't just operate in the shadows. They often use these seemingly legitimate fronts, like an adoption agency, apparently,
Right.
to conceal illicit activities. The details around Cakebread's death, they immediately hint that this is far more than just a simple adoption story. It feels connected to something much darker, much more violent.
Yeah, the rabbit hole just opens wider here. What Jake finds next at Cakebread's old agency address, it pulls us headfirst into something way more dangerous than just suspicious deaths. His investigation takes him to the former agency address, right?
Yeah.
But now it houses a travel agency.
A travel agency. Interesting cover.
Yeah. And there he meets Samira, a secretary with a scarred face, and sees this mysterious company name on the lease, Tarum Jakul International. What's the significance of that?
Well, it's the perfect cover, isn't it? This is Green really showing the chilling reality of how these sophisticated criminal enterprises work. They create these mundane-sounding fronts to facilitate huge illegal operations.
Makes sense.
And Sam, again, it's Sam who cracks it open for Jake.
The kid's amazing.
Right. He uses Jake's LexisNexis account, another one of those pro research tools, and uncovers info about a guy named Murat Lukaj, former secret police officer from Yugoslavia, deeply involved in Albanian organized crime.
Wow, okay.
And this group, apparently, has pretty much taken over what's horribly known as the skin trade.
Human trafficking.
Yeah, effectively human trafficking in cities. They're using Albania as a central distribution point for young women from places like Poland, Turkey, all over.
Good grief.
And Lukaj himself, he disappeared from FBI surveillance. But Sam finds him located in Syracuse.
Syracuse, where Jake is, the stakes are just incredibly high now.
Absolutely.
And Zamira, the scarred secretary, she actually helps Jake. She shares crucial info, warns him about danger, even saves him from an attack by Lukaj's men.
So there's an alliance forming, maybe?
Seems like it, yeah. Their connection deepens. But, well, the pursuit of truth takes this really tragic turn when Zamira is found murdered.
Oh, no.
Murdered with Jake's own gun.
Ah, the frame-up.
Exactly. It forces Jake to flee, makes him the prime suspect instantly. It's just this brutal escalation that puts Jake's whole life on the line.
Yeah, it's a classic criminal maneuver, isn't it?
Yeah.
Frame the investigator, shut down the investigation. Zamira's murder isn't just a personal tragedy for Jake, it's strategic.
Right.
It's these powerful criminals trying to derail Jake's progress and keep their control. It just highlights the truly desperate measures these groups will take.
So Jake's now a fugitive, and while he's navigating that, Sam makes another huge discovery.
The kid again. What now?
The name Van Buren, hidden deep in Cakebread's files.
Van Buren. As in the Van Burens.
That's how they're described. American royalty. Powerful, immensely wealthy dynasty in the Hudson Valley. Influential figures, including Congressman Peter Van Buren.
Whoa. Okay, so the stakes just went from, like, dangerous street crime.
To the absolute highest echelons of society.
Yeah. Wow. That raises a huge question then. What kind of secrets would a family like that, with that much prestige and wealth, go to such extreme lengths to bury?
Exactly.
It really speaks to the corrupting influence of power, doesn't it? And the lengths people go to protect legacies, often at any cost.
Yeah.
Even breaking laws, destroying lives.
So Jake and Sam focus on Martha Van Buren Eggers. She's a family member who supposedly had a stillborn baby, Joshua Van Buren Eggers, back in 1992.
Okay.
They track down the undertaker, Jim Costello, who handled the funeral. He remembers it, but admits. Well, theoretically, a doll could have been swapped for the baby in the blanket, though he insists he remembered seeing blood.
A crack in the story, maybe.
A tiny one. Then Jake tracks Martha herself to Llewellyn House, a mental health facility.
Oh, dear.
She's being treated for paranoid schizophrenia, and tearfully, she confesses that after her husband, Clinton Eggers, who she calls a drugged-out hippie, died, her family drugged her.
They drugged her.
Yeah,
Hey.
she says she never even saw her baby. She believes it was stolen, taken away to prevent what her family saw as a bastard child from inheriting the huge Van Buren family fortune.
That is chilling. Absolutely chilling. Martha's story, even fragmented like that, it paints this picture of just systemic family abuse, where a vulnerable woman is basically gaslighted, institutionalized, just to bury a secret. It speaks to this deep-seated entitlement where the family's image and wealth just override any moral obligation.
It's horrifying.
It highlights how ruthlessly old money can operate to preserve its lineage.
And the most audacious part, get this, in this incredibly dangerous moment, Jake and Sam go back to the Van Buren estate, Ridgewood,
Oh,
and they dig up the baby's grave.
we actually dig it up.
They do, and they find not human remains, animal bones.
Animal bones. Oh, my God.
Confirming Martha's horrifying story, revealing the full scope of this just audacious deception, the sheer nerve of it.
Wow.
And digging it up immediately triggers this violent response from Slatton, he's the Van Buren family fixer, and his trained dogs. You can just feel the jaws closing in.
Truly. It's just grotesque, isn't it? The display of power, fabricating a death, burying animal bones, just to protect a legacy. You almost have to admire the sheer chilling commitment to deceit.
It's unbelievable.
And it underscores the violent lengths this family will go to. This isn't just about money anymore. It's about controlling their entire narrative.
So, with the truth of the swap baby out, you'd think the worst was over, right?
We'd hope so. Yeah.
But Green shows us uncovering the deception is just the beginning, especially when you're caught in the crosshairs of, well, ruthless media. How does Jake even start to fight back when his own show, American Outrage, turns on him?
Yeah. This segment is a really sharp critique of the media itself. American Outrage. The show that's supposed to expose corruption, it turns predatory.
Right.
We see the producers, Joe Katz and Conrad Muldoon, and the co-host Nancy. They don't just exploit Martha's story for ratings. They actively weaponize information. They twist Sam into being an unwitting pawn.
Manipulating the kid, how?
Well, Muldoon, ever the opportunist, he convinces Sam to publicly release the DVD, the one with the video evidence from the grave digging.
Oh, no.
He argues it's the only way. That national media attention is the only way to generate enough pressure to find Jake, who's gone missing by this point.
And Sam must be desperate.
Exactly. He's desperate. He agrees, believing that, sometimes good things come from bad.
Yeah.
It's a chilling look at how easily the hunt for ratings can just trash journalistic ethics.
Terrible. Meanwhile, Jake's been captured. He's held captive by Slatton, that brutal Van Buren enforcer.
Well, the fixer.
Slatton's trying to get information out of him, coerce him into silence. And then, in this really chilling confrontation, Congressman Peter Van Buren shows up.
The congressman himself.
Yeah, and he reveals the full scope of his deception. He confesses he orchestrated the baby swap.
He admits it.
Admits it was to stop Clinton Egger's child, who he clearly sees as a bastard, from inheriting the Van Buren fortune because the family trust vested in that generation.
Unbelievable. What about Cakebread's murder?
He claims he knows nothing about Cakebread's murder.
Convenient, isn't it?
Very.
That confession, even with the denial, it highlights the immense pressure, maybe, or just that deep-seated entitlement that comes with generational wealth.
Yeah.
The lengths he went to, ruining Martha's life, faking a death just to protect the family name and fortune. It shows this shocking lack of a moral compass. It's a stark portrayal of how power can just warp someone's sense of right and wrong.
So the story builds to this climax. A super high-tension exchange on a golf course outside Syracuse. Jake's life, Sam's safety, the fate of the whole Van Buren dynasty, it all hangs in the balance.
Okay, the final showdown.
You've got Congressman Van Buren, Slatin the Fixer, Murat Lukaj the Trafficker, and this other guy, Nico Caraco. They all converge for the exchange. Sam, for a huge sum of money.
Wow. All the players in one place.
Yeah.
This kind of chaotic, unpredictable climax really drives home the idea that in a world governed by this much power and secrecy, allegiances are just incredibly fluid.
Totally.
And pursuing truth can be a deadly game. It's a stark reminder that even seemingly secure positions, these carefully built plans, they can just crumble in an instant.
And they do, because the congressman, in this shocking turn, reveals his real plan.
Which is?
He plans to kill Jake after the exchange and make sure Sam disappears. Permanently bury the scandal.
A double cross, of course.
It's the ultimate double cross. But the plan just implodes spectacularly. Slatin, the family fixer.
Yeah, what does he do?
He unexpectedly turns his gun on Congressman Van Buren and kills him.
Slatin kills the congressman. Wow, okay, didn't see that coming.
Right. And amidst all that chaos, Jake and Sam manage to escape. Their bond obviously forged in the fire of this terrifying ordeal. Their whole journey, it's brought them to this new, maybe precarious, but new understanding of their family and, well, the world.
Yeah.
This whole deep dive into American Outrage, it just reveals how one single question about family can expose this sprawling network of crime, corruption, and the absolutely desperate measures powerful people take to protect their legacy. Jake's journey to find Sam's origins just fundamentally changed both their lives.
Absolutely. As we wrap up this deep dive into American Outrage, what really sticks with me is how a single, seemingly isolated search for identity can just become this seismic event.
Yeah.
Rippling outwards, exposing the deepest layers of power, the insidious nature of ambition, and the undeniable, often dangerous resilience of truth.
And this entire experience for Jake and Sam, it leaves us with a compelling, maybe unsettling thought for you, the listener, to consider. In a world where families, even families of immense standing, might literally fabricate reality, manipulate circumstances, just to preserve their lineage and fortune, how do you ever truly know what's real? And maybe more pointedly, how far would you go to uncover the truth of your own story?
That's a heavy question to end on.
It is. Thank you for joining us on this incredible deep dive.